Most songwriters will tell you that occasionally there is this magic moment where a song just seems to happen, and you don't seem to have an awful lot to do with the writing of it. You're just the conduit through which it finds its way into the world. And that's exactly what happened with Fireflies. I'd been playing around with a new tuning that I'd discovered in the Highlands of Scotland, which, for those of you that are interested, is C, G, D, G, C, D. A nice open tuning. It's a real folky sounding open tuning. And I'd been playing around with that for a little while, and I've fallen in love with it, and I desperately wanted to write something using this tuning. And I'd written a few sort of little riffs and things. And then one day I just hit across this kind of riff, and I kind of fell in love with that little riff. And from there, everything that I hit on the guitar just seemed to work then, and everything kind of really just flowed out of me without really me having an awful lot to do with it. The idea of Fireflies comes from I moved to Bristol last year, and I'm lucky enough to live really close to a whole load of walking paths and stuff. And on one of the walking paths there's a sign that says that streetlights get turned off between these months because of fireflies. And so that had been kind of sitting in my mind for ages, and I think it's that kind of area of walking and so on has had a bit of an impact on the mood of the song. But also I liked the idea of fireflies being just like a little speck of hope, and if you look hard enough there's a whole load of these little specks of hope in the darkness. And so that's where the theme of the song sort of came from. As you know, as dark as things may seem, there's little specks of light, and if you look at them all, they seem to glow and bring out this much better view of things. And so that's what it was about. And there's a few little references in there, like a friendly face in a strange and foreign town. That sort of harks back to my solo touring days. And being on the road on your own is a lot of fun, but it can get quite lonely. And you know, when you go to a new venue and so on, and the people there are really friendly and they make you feel really welcome, and you leave like with new friends, that's something that I really cling on to. And it's something that's shown me that most humans are very nice people, and so that's something that I cling on to a lot. There's also a little nugget in there, which I don't know if anyone has noticed. There's a Dumbo reference in there. You know, the film, the Disney film Dumbo. There's a lucky feather as your feet leave the ground. That is a Dumbo reference. I don't know why it just came to me. I just threw it in. It seemed to work really nicely. Yeah, so that's sort of the theme of the song.
Okay, so just a little edit. I've just been to film the sign that says Fireflies, and found out that it doesn't say Fireflies, it says glowworms. So we're just going to have to rewrite the song. So watch this space, I guess.
In terms of the recording of the song, we wanted it to be really stripped back, and so we kind of recorded the guitar and the vocals. And I was quite happy with it, and Jamie said, you know, there's just a few little bits where it could do with some little flourishes happening in the background, and he tried some ukulele stuff, and I wasn't really feeling it. And then one day we just went, oh, do you know what? We could get someone to guest in, like we did with Road of Solid Gold. We could get someone to guest in, and I mean, there was no other choice but to ask Lorna from our friends Fly Yeti Fly to come in, because as soon as we thought that, it was like, oh, mandolin. Definitely mandolin. And so we asked Lorna, and she came over, and she just, bless her, she'd worked out all these little bits, and then she came over and we were trying in the studio. We were just trying a whole load of different things, and she was so giving with her time and her energy. And Darren came along and gave his sort of feedback and so on, and you know, we love those guys, and that was such a lovely moment to have them in the studio working on our song with us. So thank you, Lorna, and thank you, Darren. You've made the song very, very shiny, and we're very, very happy. So thank you.
You look at all the fireflies, see them in the low light, they begin to hypnotize, radiate and invite.
So that's Fireflies. We love playing Fireflies live as well. It's one of those songs where our voices just feel so good together when we're singing. It just makes us feel very, very happy. So if you haven't heard the song, you know what to do. It's out there in the world. It's on the album Petrichor. Go and have a listen. And I'll see you next time.